Hello. Good morning, jerk offs. How are you? Help me. Help me very much. What up, Josh? What up? What up, Josh? I think you're late here. Welcome to the show where we're most of the time late. Oh, what's up? Good morning, CSL. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well this morning. How's Montreal treating you today? It's snowing a little tiny bit here. What up, Jenny? Good morning, Jenny Shoemaker. Good morning, Sarah Lusky. Congratulations on that new baby, boy. What up, T-Rup?
Dude, I blow dried my hair last night, and it's real
Jimmy out of here. Good morning, Jenny Rothman. How's it going, bro?
I hate you, dude. I fucking hate you, dude.
CSL says it's starting to rain. Yeah, we got a little bit of snow here.
No, but for real, I came out of the sauna last night, and I fucking blew dry my. Oh, no, don't.
Go ahead.
This is funny, dude. I was like, because like I came out of the shower. And I came out of the shower and like I did this when I come out the shower, and my hair all like formed back real nice. I was like, it's long enough. And then I see, you know, that little mirror over there with the table? It has a blow dryer on it. So I looked at myself in the mirror with my hair slicked back, and I was like,
no, dude, your hair is not slicked back. This is hair being slicked back.
No, I know, but when it was wet, fresh out the shower after I got the sauna, it sat back, and I was like, "Wow, I look like what I look like the dude from
you look like
The
an idiot."
I look dumb, dude. I looked like the little speed guy from The Incredibles, the little kid.
His name is Dash.
Dash. Little
almost
speed
like
guy.
Flash.
But I'm telling Marvel. Well, I put it.
IWR9 just a week away. That is very factual, and we are ready for it. Thursday night, we'll be at IWR9. Rhino will be in action. Madman Fulton will be in action. Trey Miguel will be defending his belt. The Game Changers will be in action. I know a little secret. I know a little secret that one of our friends will also be in action, but I don't know if I'm allowed to divulge who it is.
I'm not going to even ask questions because I think I have a suspicion.
All I'm going to say is he's a very good friend of the show.
Very, very good. Very, very good, sir.
All 3 titles will be on the line, Jimmy says. That's what I'm talking about. Dread King will be in action. Oh, man. It's going to be an awesome night, or should we say an insane night of wrestling.
And you better write that in your date book, brother.
Yep, you better. Well, and of course, we'll be going live from the event, as always.
What?
Yeah.
What?
This Thursday.
Always?
Yeah, we'll be going live about 6 o'clock, maybe about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
What?
It should be a fun time.
You know what else is fun?
I'm stoked to see Monster Clance.
Monster Clance?
I don't know that guy.
Fucking sounds cool. So I've
been
doing
good morning. About to hit an interview for Bud Tender. See how she goes. Hell yeah. Where at? Hopefully you get the job. Hopefully it's not at Herb, and hopefully it's not at Glass Jar. Hopefully it's at one of these other ones.
So we can.
Yep. So we can take over Monroe's dispensaries with people we know. because I went into Loom the other day. I didn't know a single person in there.
Hey, anybody know me?
I felt lonely.
Hey, you know the cool thing about this is like that this is the town I grew up in. There's a guarantee.
Express. Okay, I don't know what that one's called.
Me either, but there's a guarantee I know somebody that works there. I know everybody. I don't know why, because I can't be missed.
No, you don't know everybody. Everybody knows you. There's a difference.
Touche, son. Touche, partner.
And don't you ever call me son again. I'm your daddy.
Well, because I'm so noticeable. Because some gas station lady was like, "Hey, do you remember me?" And I was like, "Yeah." Yeah, I did. Yeah. And she was like, the gas station over there. I was like, yeah. What's up, dude? You're pregnant, dude.
and she wasn't.
She was. I made sure.
Europe just assumes large women are pregnant.
No, she wasn't even large.
She was skinny but fat at the same time.
She wasn't even large, but she was in charge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I've been doing what? You want me to say again? I got some stupid shit to talk about.
Duh, you always have stupid shit to talk about. 9 times out of 10, if it's coming out your mouth, it's stupid shit.
I know. And I was just doing this, and I don't know, I was doing this with my mouse. And I seen
girls, good morning, jerk-offs, glitter bombs.
It said 15 crazy facts that people still believe, or crazy myths that people still believe. And I read a couple of them, and I read them in full, and I was like, dude, I just want to talk about this. So I got number 15 right here is carrots don't give you night vision. Now, I heard they give you better vision.
Wait. So is the myth that carrots don't give you night vision? Or is the myth that carrots give you night vision?
Sorry, Dad.
That's how we have to start. Yes.
Dad, I have to read it better. I'm sorry.
Correct.
I will read it word for word, and I am sorry.
No, you don't have to read it word for word. You just got to tell us what it actually says.
Okay, I'll read it word for word. Carrots. Jiv. You.
That has a g sound.
Oh, when the g, it's not j. That's a j. Okay,
yeah.
So carrots give.
Yep, good job. You keep that up, I'll take you to get ice cream.
To Independent Dairy?
Ben and Dairy? No, Ben and Jerry.
No, Independent Dairy right over there.
Oh, no, I'm not going to spend that much. I'm going to get you some Ben and Jerry.
Oh, just cheap shit from the gas station, you piece of shit. But it's what the myth was carrots give you night vision.
Oh,
now,
I believe that carrots help your vision, but they definitely don't give you night vision.
I never heard that they give you vision or they give you night vision. I never heard that, but I've heard that they give you better night
so
vision.
Read us the fact.
While it's true that carrots give a great source of vitamin A, which does help with keeping your eyes and eyesight healthy and happy, carrots do not help you see better or make you see in the dark. This is actually a myth from a noble place. During the First World War and Second World War, planes and pilots were starting to become important to warfare, and many may argue, particularly in the Second World War, that the Air Force was the one of the winning factors for the Allied forces. But
what up, asshole? He says Ben and Jerry's is never cheap shit anywhere.
Right. It's always good too, but
I like Cherry Garcia. Cherry Garcia is my favorite.
It says how did these pilots become so skilled, especially at night? Because they ate a lot of carrots and it gave them night vision. Of course, it isn't true, but it was a good way to get children to eat their vegetables. So that's it's a wife tale.
This one's for you.
I'm full of ice cream. I gotta do. All I got to do is come see me. You want to play with my meat.
Okay,
No,
so
I handle
he's
it.
full of ice cream. All you got to do is come play with his meat to get it.
Full of ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got ice cream in his crib? Son of a bitch.
He's kind of like McDonald's McFlurry machine. The ice cream's there, but it never comes out.
You gotta pull the handle. This doesn't give you arthritis.
Oh, I knew
But
that.
yeah, cracking your knuckles gives you arthritis, is what they said.
It's the inflammation that gives you arthritis.
The inflammation.
Hey, speaking of phlegm.
Yeah. The simple truth about this is it's absolutely not true. With so many advancements, particularly in medical science, many things are now easy to prove, and this one is the easiest. There's been much research and tests done with this theory, including years spent by having somebody crack their knuckles on one hand while leaving the other knuckles untouched. And the result was no arthritis. Throughout many tests done on this subject, not one has come back with a direct link between cracking your knuckles and arthritis.
Yeah, take that, you damn fucking grandmas and wives. These wives' tales are trash. That means, you know what that means? That means women don't know shit.
Wow, we got
Wow.
real sexist. But this fact is for you because you're stupid, dude. You're dumb, dude. Listen to this. You remember how you said you like the brown eggs better?
I said I feel like they taste a little bit better.
This is the myth. Brown eggs are better than white eggs. Josh is a myth.
Squirrels say, what the fuck?
Because brown eggs are more common than white, most people, when they think of eggs, think of brown eggs. So when they see white eggs in the store, they're instantly put off and choose the brown eggs. However, all chicken eggs are the same, regardless of their color. The color is determined by the species of chicken, and it's only the shell. The egg itself, the taste, the feel, and everything else are identical. And if you take the shell off of it, nobody can tell the difference.
I don't know about that. Taste wise, I've tasted goose eggs, I've tasted brown eggs, I've tasted white eggs, and they've been cooked the exact same way. Maybe an egg tastes different from each different species, even.
No. This is the one that most interested me. The myth that bulls hate the color red.
Yeah, that's definitely a myth.
I didn't know. I didn't know that, but it said this myth is firmly planted in the archaic and barbaric sport of bullfighting. In Spanish culture, red is a very popular and important color, and the bullfighters have been using red for centuries. So the color red has become synonymous with bulls and bullfighting. But the bull itself has no interest in red. It doesn't actually get angry over the color red. What it actually gets angry about is the way in which the cape is moved and the movement of the matador. And of course, the fact that the bull is being repeatedly stabbed by a cape waving human doesn't help put the bull's anger. Okay. Bats are blind. That's a myth.
Well, everybody knows that.
Bats can see. They don't have great eyesight, and their echolocation is so great they don't need to see, especially at nighttime. But they still can see. This myth needs to be put to rest. This is also an interesting one about this is number 10, the Loch Ness monster. Dude, I'm sure everybody in this fucking whole place has seen this picture.
Yep.
Tell me that don't look like a fucking leaf in a fucking pond on a windy day. Like that.
It looks like me doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, like somebody swim. Dude.
It looks like a fucking meat hook.
Yeah, a meat hook. I got one of them. You want to say it? How did this myth even start? Simple, by a hoax. This isn't just the people who believed in the Loch Ness monster saying it's a hoax. The man who took the photo and is responsible for Nessie mania said it was a hoax, and in fact wanted his name disassociated with the now infamous photo. As have many
you dumb motherfuckers, take my name off that shit already.
Yeah, as have many other people who have claimed to see Nessie since. This is a classic example of a myth because it can't be proved, and somehow this makes people believe in it. But the fact that the Loch Ness monster can't be proved because it isn't there, and no amount of fake sightings and photos will make us think otherwise. I didn't even know that.
What's up, PJ Graham? He says, "Hope BJ is well. Hope you're well too, man. Thank you for stopping in."
We got a weird, definitely
We're talking
weird
about weird myths proven wrong.
This is a myth, and I thought it was true. I swear to God, I thought this myth was true. The Great Wall of China can be seen from the moon.
No, but it can be seen from space.
But the moon's too far away.
Yes.
However, this is one myth that has been easily disproved for many years, and yet some people still think it's true. The Great Wall of China cannot be seen from the moon. How do we know this? How do we know this? Not only is
how do we know this if we've never been to the moon?
Not only that's on there too. Not only is our atmosphere covered in satellites and space stations, which are continuously taking images, but man himself has walked onto the moon and has captured the image of the Earth. There is no object, man-made or otherwise, that can be seen from the moon. In fact, the countries and continents that make up our planet are the only things that can be seen from the moon, and we know this because we have photographic proof. If you've been there, let's see. What about the myth that Walt Disney is frozen?
He is cryogenically frozen.
For all the mystery, myths and rumors that have followed Walt Disney to his grave. The biggest one of them all is his grave itself. If you ask anyone to say something about Walt Disney, then they will immediately say that he froze cryogenically, right?
Cryogenically frozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
However, this is completely untrue. Not only was Walt Disney not frozen, in fact, he was cremated when he died in 1966, which would make
time out, because they were talking about just 2 weeks ago. They were talking about how they're talking about bringing him back, being able to bring him back. This was on the news itself.
No.
Yes, it was. I watched it with my own eyeballs.
Not Walt Disney. Check this out. It would be difficult to do the ashes, right? But the first man to ever be cryogenically frozen was a man named James Bedford, which happened a year after Walt Disney died.
That's what they've made public, right?
That they didn't make that public. Walt Disney was public, but it could have been James Bedford.
Asshole says, I thought they froze his brain. Yeah, I don't know about. So I didn't even know. I don't know.
They froze some dude named James Bedford. They're going to name him Walt Disney when he wakes up. But yeah, that was the first cryogenically frozen man, was James Bedford, a year after Walt Disney died.
Huh.
There's a tongue map. Did you ever, the taste buds?
Yeah.
Different levels of your taste buds on your tongue or whatever. It's like, let's do it this. See it?
No. Yeah, I see it. I was just fucking with you. Yeah.
So like that's where you taste shit. I never knew about this one.
Hey,
Nobody's
you know, there's this cool thing where you could share your screen.
Yeah, but then I'd have to be scientifically smarter than this. It's hardly surprising. It's hardly surprising to many of us today, although sadly not all of us, that this is a complete nonsense. The fact that taste buds and the ability for the tongue to detect these different flavors are all of the tongue and not restricted to one part for each flavor. Thankfully, many schools have stopped teaching this as a scientific fact, and the tongue map has been locked away from the cabinet of myths and misunderstandings.
Back to Walt Disney real quick. His ashes are in the Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. T-Rup was correct. Again.
2 days in a row.
Actually, he wasn't correct. He just read correctly. What's up, hippie witch? Cheers, brain jerks.
2 days in a row, T-Rup is right. Just me. Lightning doesn't strike twice is a myth?
Oh, it definitely does.
Okay.
It definitely, because then that opens up the passage for lightning to strike again.
Yeah, right? Because it gives a ground.
You know that you're more likely to get struck by lightning 7 times than to be born?
What?
Sorry, than to be born a human.
Why are my glasses so crooked?
Dude, your glasses are always crooked.
You're right.
Because you got a fucking crooked face.
Because you got a crooked dumb, dude. You look dumb. We know this to be true for several reasons. One is that we can manipulate lightning to hit the same spot with a lightning conductor. But even away from that and letting the nature take its course, we have seen lightning hit the same spot several times in a single storm. Tall buildings such as Sears Tower have been filmed getting multiple strikes in a storm. Lightning can strike anywhere, and particularly to taller structures, as it's an easy path for it to reach the ground. Statistically, it won't strike the same place often, but it can strike.
But it can and will. Next.
Let them eat cake is a phrase, like a famous phrase.
It wasn't. That's not real. I do know that it's not real.
I want to get to know this more because I just scrolled past it because it was stupid to me. Many people attribute this phrase and attitude with the beginnings of the revolution in France in the dethroning of a monarchy. However, the simple fact that there was no record of Marie Antoinette ever saying this phrase. The phrase itself was recorded in Jean-Jacques Rousseau's autobiography, which was published. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. I learned about all this shit in school.
Yes.
We did? Okay.
Yes. I knew it was Marie Antoinette before you said it. I just didn't want to be dumb and be wrong.
I know, and then sound stupid.
Yeah.
Which was published when Marie Antoinette was 9 years old. So it was an autobiography when the phrase came out, when she was only 9 years old. Many historians believe that the quote attributed to her many years later in order to reinstate the distance between the classes in France. This one is one for both of us. Vikings had horned helmets.
No, they never did.
Yeah, it's not actually.
I find bullshit because I'm not saying they all did, but how do you not have a single fucking
a king probably would. You know, a king probably would have the horn one, like a crown helmet with thorns on it. It's not actually known when the common misconception first came around, but during the 17th and 18th century, Viking folklore became popularized in art and other such works. And many believe because of the violent nature of Vikings, bones and horns were added in order to make them appear worse and more vicious.
No, they just got naked.
Yeah, but as we already stated, there has never been any evidence or archaeological finds.
Rodney says they put the horns on the Vikings to make them look more like devils.
Wrong.
No, not the Vikings, but like people trying to discredit the Vikings and what they were doing.
Oh yeah, they put it because they were treacherous.
The Christians.
That's who wrote about them
Yes,
because the Christians wiped them out.
actually.
Here's a myth. Edison invented the light bulb. I haven't read it, but let's see.
Nope, that's not true. Edison stole a lot of his stuff. So did
Tesla?
I don't think Tesla is the one who created the light bulb, but I think Tesla had a part in it.
Well, let me read this little factual little shit for you right after I smoked this bowl that I cleaned out the other
But
day.
I do know Edison stole a bunch of ideas from a bunch of different inventors. Bad guy said Vikings had next level hygiene. They came to Europe. The ladies loved them. Yep.
They put some stank on it. You know what I'm saying?
Rodney said an African American made the light bulb. Edison stole it. He bought the patent.
If you boys sit here and just fucking listen, I'll tell you.
Well, you aren't saying nothing.
Oh, okay. I was smoking a bowl. You're right. But unfortunately for all these Edison fans out here, the man himself wasn't responsible for many of those patents and inventions. What Edison did, what he was great at was having people work for him.
Yep.
Constantly.
He was rich, so he would pay people to give them his ideas.
Oh, he's like the iPod guy.
No, that dude actually fucking worked his ass off in a fucking garage for years before iPad, whatever, was before the computers were created.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Constantly coming up with ideas, and then he would develop them further, patent them, and then mass produce them, which is an incredible feat. But most of his inventions weren't created by him, and his most famous invention, the light bulb, didn't even come from his team, not even his people.
No.
Alessandro Volta and Humphrey Davy were working on this many decades before Edison got involved, and years before he was even born, bro.
Well, dude, the light bulb was around back in fucking Egyptian time. You can't tell me no different.
Right. Ooh.
Edison stole a light bulb from Lewis Lattimore, bad guy says. He would convince people their inventions were helping science and man while he stole them out from underneath them. Master manipulator.
Well, what about this cool myth that Christopher Columbus discovered America? Holy shit.
Everybody knows that's wrong.
My life is a lie.
You don't know. You didn't know it was a wrong, dude.
No, I didn't.
Everybody and their mom knows that it's not.
I knew that in high school. What is true that Columbus wanted to explore the world, and his thirst for a better route to Asia from Europe, as well as the thirst for fame and fortune, pushed him on 4 expeditions across the Atlantic, which was a big feat and bravery in those days. However, let's just ignore the fact that North America and Canada had already been visited by Vikings and the Chinese, as well as being inhabited by natives. Columbus never made it to the American soil in any of his 4 voyages. What he did do was land on what we call the Caribbean, and he did not touch down on the coast of South America, but that's it. It's a strange thing that schools still teach this fact that many people still believe in. Bull.
Yep. Ooh. Rodney says the Vikings discovered it. JK.
This is
before though. Yeah, the Vikings were definitely here. Actually, the Vikings landed near Newfoundland and were driven out by the natives that lived there because the natives were so bad. they were ruthless and bloodthirsty is what the story is. If you ask me, I think the Vikings were just so fucking weak and tired
Because they've been on the fucking the ocean for fucking 12 weeks. They
But
didn't
the
have no
story
fucking
is
food.
the Vikings stayed for a while and then were driven out.
Oh,
But,
so they like made camp, and then the motherfucking natives were like, "Hey, Papa."
yep. And then the first thing Columbus found was the Bahamas. And then, the person that found Newfoundland, that found America for the Vikings, you know his name?
Tyler Daniel Rupp.
His name was Leif Erikson.
Leif Erikson. Happy
Yep.
Leif Erikson Day.
Yeah, boy.
Yika Durgan. Yika Dika Durgan. Thank you, SpongeBob, for that. Always.
Columbus is in my opinion, fuck that guy. He wasn't shit.
Fuck Edison too, then.
Yeah, fuck
Same
Edison
thing.
too. Fuck both of those guys.
Fuck Jeff Bezos. Oh, what?
No,
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not really mad at it.
Kind of fuck Jeff Bezos, but
this one is going to be controversial for all of you. There's going to be comments flooding for this. The myth that the moon landing was fake.
I believe that the older I get, the more I believe it was fake.
I'm on that. I'm exactly where you're at.
Why can't we go to the moon now? How did we go to the moon with 50-year technology?
60 in the 60s?
Yeah. We could barely even see the TV back then. But yet we're what? 1,000 times more technologically advanced. We can send satellites to the edge of fucking our multiple galaxies, but yet we can't go to the moon.
Yeah.
What?
Okay. Let's listen. To be fair, the moon landing conspiracy theory could warrant an entire article by itself. Many believe that the elements of it were faked. The footage of Neil Armstrong and company doesn't add up to some people. Shadows, the flag moving, gravity, the list could go on. But the fact of the matter is that man has landed on the moon. Firstly, much of our own modern day technology is aided by what has been placed on the moon. Mirrors which bounce satellite signals off it is a great example of man being there and how some of our technology works. Secondly, when the U.S. first touched down on the moon, not once did Russia. Who were the U.S.'s rival, or always not once did Russia, who were the U.S.'s rivals in the space race, complain or say it didn't? Oh, that's who says it didn't happen. If it was a hoax, Russia would have loved to have proved it, but they didn't. Other factor is that anyone involved would have to keep this secret, which, let's be honest, the U.S. government doesn't have a great track record.
Why hasn't anybody else landed on the moon since? Bad guy says either the moon landing is fake or real, and we are already colonizing it and keeping it quiet. Squirrel says the moon is inhabited and they don't want us to meet those little green fuckers.
Yeah. Make us mirrors, you son of a bitches, or we're going to come up here and give T-Rup to you.
What if the moon was as an actual space station?
Okay.
Okay. What?
Listen. When what was that guy's name? The Flat Earth episode.
David Weiss.
When he said something about the fucking the
Antarctica?
North and South Pole. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is serious to me. I don't care about what he was saying. I don't Earth flat, that doesn't matter. That is a thing, because there is no There's no going to Antarctica without government sanction. There is no.
I don't understand how
I've watched nature.
nobody can fucking agree on a goddamn fucking thing, except nobody's allowed in Antarctica.
Yeah, and listen,
What?
I've watched.
Nobody's allowed in the moon, and nobody's allowed in Antarctica. Something's fishy here.
Dude, when I was growing up, we didn't have video games like when I was young.
We sure did.
So, no, we didn't own them. We didn't own them. The first thing I got.
Nintendo been out for fucking since 1992.
Yeah. First thing I fucking played was like a fucking PlayStation 2 in 04, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't on it. We were outside in the country, bro. So what I watched was fucking nature documentaries and Steve Irwin and all this shit. And like,
how you doing that from being outside in the country, bro?
Huh? At nighttime, that's what I went to bed to. That's what I would always go to bed to.
Going.
We weren't allowed inside until it got nighttime. My mom wouldn't let us in. Lena fucking bitched about it yesterday on her birthday. Dad, you and Mom always lie about we had to stay outside all fucking goddamn day until we had to eat sandwiches on the picnic table and shit. Lena was on a rant yesterday, dude.
That's what the kids are supposed to do.
Yeah, I know, but that's what we did, and like we brought it up to Mom one time, and like, yeah, you forced us to go outside for so many hours. No, I never would do that to you. Shut the fuck up. You were a tyrant back then, dude.
The thing about it is, I never had to be forced. I was always like, get me out of this goddamn house.
No,
even as a kid.
We would be outside. We'd eat breakfast, and we'd go outside in the summertime, and it would be like 8 hours outside, and we just want to come in and chill. Like we're sweaty, muddy, just want to chill. And she's like,
Wendy Walt?
Fuck outside.
Walt. Hi, guys. The work wife.
That's my baby right there. Hey, Wendy. What's up, girl? So back to this shit that's freaking me out. Because I watched a lot of nature documentaries in my life, dude. Every Antarctic trip. Once he showed me that, every Antarctic trip was government sanctioned. They let them go. Here's the places you can go. It all looks the same, so you're only gonna get this fucking 120 acre area of fucking Antarctica. And if you ever go look at it, they're always in the same spot in Antarctica. Always in the same spot. It's crazy. And that's what makes me believe in mermaids. That's what makes me believe in there's something with Antarctica. Oh no, man. I'm tripping, bro. And then there's places on the surface of this world that have never even been walked on by human. I don't miss you too, Wendy.
There's definitely places on this planet that haven't been walked on ever.
Haven't been driven over on a boat. Like there is pockets in this earth that we don't even know. What if you can't go there because it's like a pocket, like a base or I don't know, dude.
Well, dude, they 1000% no conspiracy. They have government fucking bunkers in the mountains.
The myth about the fucking Bermuda. Listen, Tyler, think Bermuda Triangle. The myth behind this, I get too excited. Dude, if you could put that on. If you could put that on every media outlet, people wouldn't go there. And if they did, you could just sink their ship. Like as a human. Like what if, not like trying to say like, oh, I don't know. But anyway, you could fucking, I don't know. There's a fucking base in the Bermuda Triangle or something. There's a lot of shit fucked up.
Listen,
there's reasons we're not exploring these places. People are
there's multiple triangles like that in the world, and there's also there's a reason why all these ancient cultures built those pyramids where they built them. It's all on purpose.
I heard that was alien technology or alien assisted.
Maybe it was, but we don't ever know. Yeah,
Dude.
and a lot of the Bible stories have to do with people coming from the fucking stars. And guess what? Sounds a lot like aliens to me.
I don't know, dude. I'm just saying
There's
there's a lot.
rode in on their chariots of fire.
Like, I almost want to be a government official just so I can know. And I'll just be like
know,
this.
Even if you were a government official, you still wouldn't know.
Oh, I'm talking about top Clinton.
The president still doesn't even get to know some of this shit.
Well, the president's a little on the spectrum. Let's just put it that way.
Right now he is.
Yeah. So they're talking about, never mind. That's not politics, dude.
You guys getting too deep for me. I can't figure out the mystery spot up north where the water runs uphill. I've never heard of that one.
The wall. Dude, I'm telling you, there's a lot of weird shits. A lot of weird shits up in this mug. And I've done a lot. I don't know. I haven't walked these fucking nature documentaries. They could be fucking, they could be Photoshop. But I'm just saying, like, I have to go ask the government to fucking go to Antarctica in an uninhabited land. Like, I have to ask, like, I might get eaten by a polar bear, so I'm going to go down there. Can I just go down there and do something there? But no, you have to get sanctioned to go there. There's no trips to Antarctica unless they're special. There's no, I don't know. That's fucking, you got to get flew out there by the government.
Next.
No fucking plane. I'm sorry. That's it.
That was number one?
Yeah, the moon landing.
Wait, we went from 10 to 7 to number one?
No, we went to 15 all the way down. We did every single one of them.
I don't remember anything from after you said number 10.
Yeah, because I didn't read them off
again. Yeah, name them off again.
Christopher Columbus discovering America was number 2. Edison was number 3. Vikings was number 4. Dude, come on. 25 popular. Oh my God, this one has a flat Earth on it.
Mystery of the flat Earth. You know what? I almost wish the flat Earth was real.
More people are alive today than have died throughout history. The myth, right?
I don't believe that.
It is. That one dude killed more people than are on this earth right
Genghis
now.
Genghis Khan. He had more babies and more kills.
Yeah, he moited people. Has been suggested that about 6 billion people have died since the time of the Egyptian pyramids were built. But that would be about a billion fewer than the number of people on Earth today. But even if we use the most conservative dating methods for this age of Earth, young Earth theories attribute at an age somewhere between 6,000 and 1,000 or 10,000 years to the Earth. The pyramids were still a relatively late event. There would have been so many millions of people, perhaps billions of people, who died before then. Our current global population just can't keep up. Moreover, one has to exclude
Dude, humans lived for hundreds of thousands of years before the first recorded fucking history of them.
Okay. What is true?
What excites me more is, okay, so the recorded history of humans, is only 2% of humans being on this planet. The recorded history of humans is only 2% of human history.
That's a big number.
Yeah, no, that's a little number.
Well, that's a big number on the other side.
That's a big number of
big
unknown.
number.
Yeah, just like the big number of how much of the ocean we've explored. Just
Like you're
the
talking
big
about
number of
you're talking about jillions,
dude,
zillions.
whatever the greatest infinity.
Yeah,
Infinite.
jillions of people. Jillions.
Dude, when they saw, okay, so I forget exactly when it was, but 1,000 years ago, we'll call it. 1,000 years ago, there was the brightest star in the sky. It was brighter, almost as bright as the moon. What it was a planet imploding, right? So when you see a planet like that, they were seeing the planet being destroyed, but it takes like 10,000 years to get here. So when that happens, you're seeing what happened thousands of years ago. That's how long it took the light of this thing to get to us. So it's no longer even blowing up. It blew up 10,000 years ago, and we're just now seeing it. So if it takes that long for things to travel through space,
At the speed of light.
dude.
At the speed of light.
Half of these lights and stars we see out here right now are already dead. Thousands of years.
Dude, my sinuses blew up in my brain just dude, that's crazy. The flat earth thing is kind of a stupid read. Flat earth. Occasionally, a poorly informed history teacher might suggest that Christopher Columbus was trying to prove to a skeptical world that the earth wasn't flat but round. Unfortunately, this teacher has fallen for one of the most baseless myths about ancient people in history. Hardly anyone in history seriously thought that the earth was flat. It's a modern myth that the ancients somehow believed in flat earth. Even the ancients could see that the twilight glow during sunrise and sunset formed an arc over the horizon. They could also see that the top of an incoming ship at sea, viewed from the shoreline, appeared before the rest of the boat. These and other clues suggest a curving landscape consistent with spherical Earth.
Yeah, but just because
if you're not persuaded by evidence, check out the Flat Earth Society. You'll fit right in. Meanwhile, be sure to avoid buying a ticket for an around-the-world cruise, just a scam organized by round Earth profiteers.
Devil's advocate. Just because it's curved doesn't mean it's round.
How does water sit curved? How do you...
You tell me. How do you do that on a round ball? How do you keep water on a round ball, T-Rup?
Gravity?
Usually when it's... I will say, usually when things spin super fast, it forces things to the outside, not the inside. It forces things out, not in.
Maybe
I'm not saying I believe in flat Earth or anything, but
maybe we're the sun and everything revolves around us.
You know that Jesus means bringer of light, bringer of the sun.
Listen,
something like that.
Listen, we're the sun. I knew everything revolved around me.
You know what else I learned?
What?
This is a little bit. We don't do religion or politics, but we've done all of them today. So
little dibble dabble. Myths. Myths.
God isn't even that guy's name. God is the guy's title. It's his title. So it's like when they say you shouldn't take God's name in vain, and
So what, Stan?
What would be
Stan,
worse?
damn it.
No, what would be worse than ever saying his name? Not saying his name. So now making something vain means making something useless. So now they have changed. They took out his actual name and put in his title. And now nobody calls him by his name. They call him by his title, and they have made his name in vain. Boom!
Hold on. You want to see another brain explosion? I think I just had a seizure. I don't even know who this is.
What's up, Ryan?
Yeah. What up? How?
Hey, that says Yahshua.
Yahashua. That's what that is. Yahashua.
Yeah.
Dang,
Squirrel says, dang.
Who's Catherine the Great? I don't know either.
Squirrel says, great job, guys. No ass talk. Kudos. Good on you.
Yeah. Good on you, boys. I guess the death of Catherine the Great is a myth. One of the more colorful history myths revolved around the death of Catherine the Great. Of course, everyone dies eventually, but rarely is that death attributed to bestiality. Yes.
What are you talking about again? What are we doing?
Catherine the Great. The death of her. The death of her. No, I don't know. One of the more colorful myths.
The Great was a Russian queen, bad guys.
Okay, this is it. Attributed to bestiality. The Russian queen, Catherine the Great, actually died in bed of illness. A rather boring and conventional means of passing, but the rumor mill somehow lit it ablaze. Over accusations that she died crushed under a horse with which she was attempting to mate with it. Rumors are hard to retrace, but one had suspected source of the myth to be the French aristocrats who were known rivals. They were known rivals of her and been faulted for previous sexual slanders. Besides the unique accusation, another false rumor claims she died after being.
If I had an issue with fucking a Russian queen, I would definitely say she fucked horses.
She fucks Clydesdale, dude. No, but listen. Besides the unique accusation, another false rumor claims she died after cracking her toilet because of her massive girth.
She was very promiscuous.
Oh, she was horse-escuous?
Yeah.
She was married to a horse.
She was a horse.
You guys, we don't talk about religion? Well, what about this myth?
We've done it. We've done it all day, this whole day. Come on.
Jesus was born on December 5th. What about that one, boys?
Actually, I've heard rumors that he was not born in December at all.
You're a piece of shit. All right.
And really, if we want to get really down to it, the common calendar is brand new. It was created by the Romans, by Augustus.
What?
Yep. So there was like three or 4 months in there that were put in there because of August.
Really?
Yep.
All right. God dang it. I always get fucking put. Oh, I'm on. Hey. I was mad. I was doing something funny too.
That was not funny.
The winter solstice, yes, it was. The winter solstice was celebrated by Romans from December 17th to 25th. This yearly festival included gift-giving, family time, and revelry. I don't know what that is. When Imperial or Emperor
Christmas 25th. Christmas is a pagan holiday.
when Emperor Constantine converted to Christianity in the early fourth century, the traditional Roman holiday date was appropriated by the Christian Church as a parallel holiday to celebrate the birth of Jesus. Easter was already a holiday, so a holiday was needed
A
to celebrate
pagan one. A pagan one.
the date when Jesus was born. Later, the feast of Saint Nicholas was assimilated into the festivities. Since Saint Nicholas famously distributed gifts on
That's
December
Santa,
25th.
motherfuckers.
Yeah. Since St. Nicholas famously, thanks for the ad libs, famously distributed gifts on December 25th, but there are no records suggesting that Jesus was actually born on that day or his equivalent in the Jewish calendar.
He wasn't.
There's
That's
no
because he wasn't.
there is no unanimity on the official date, but many scholars believe the historical Jesus was born between 6 and 3 BC, probably sometime between spring and fall. So summer, he's a summer baby,
How
dude.
was he born? Hang on. How was he born between 6 and 3 BC when it's before Christ and after Christ?
He was born 2 years before he was born.
Yeah.
That motherfucker, that's Jesus right there, boy. I tell you what.
That's one and only Jesus. Only Jesus can do that.
Yeah, you what? You were 2 when you became Christ? When you were born? You were already 2?
Hey, when your mama doesn't have sex to have you, you can do special things.
He was just living in that gut for a grip. Like, what's up, mama? What's up, mama? Eat some more cherries, bitch. I'm hungry. All right, anyway. The myth that George Washington chopped down a cherry tree? I don't understand.
That is wrong. I do know that that's a myth.
Okay. It's cool that you're so smart, asshole.
George Washington is part of my family. His wife is a distant cousin. It's in the book. It's in my blood book and everything.
I heard his wife,
His wife did have 2 kids before him. He never had kids himself.
Oh, one of the most famous American legends is that George Washington,
was he famous or was he famous?
Famous, the most famous American legend. As a 6-year-old, George Washington, as a 6-year-old boy, chopped down his father's cherry tree. When asked about it, the story goes, he said with the utmost virtue, "I cannot tell a lie. I just cut it with my hatchet." This never happened. That's what it said right after it. Yeah, but was invented by early Washington biographer Mason Locke Weems to illustrate the remarkable virtues of that remarkable man. Washington was a legend in his time, and books and stories by Weems sold like hotcakes. Weems, who was also an inherited minister in itinerant
today,
minister,
Junior.
Drew attention to Washington's private virtues with the uncorroborated story.
Good job on that. Good big word.
I wish I could have just turned it to untrue story, instead of saying uncorroborated.
Well, you could have. You could have easily done that. What else you got? Got anything else?
What the myth that Hitler created the Autobahn? Can I talk about that?
Sure.
Okay.
I knew he didn't create anything like that.
He created being.
Although the aliens were on his side for a little bit.
Foreseeable. Germany is famous for beer, engineering, Hitler, and the Autobahn. Hitler had no connections with the beer or the Autobahn. He was not an engineer. He was a Teetotaler. A Teetotaler. Teetotaler. Who didn't create Germany's federal motorway.
Spell that again.
Teetotaler. 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 Who cares?
We're gonna look up what that is.
Hitler could have not overseen the Autobahn since it was already in existence.
A person who never drinks alcohol.
Oh, it didn't create Germany.
Here it is.
Teetotaler.
Teetotaler? What a stupid. That sounds dumb, dude.
He was straight edge. He just liked to fuck his cousin.
No wonder he failed. He was dumb, dude. Yeah. 2 years before he
failed because he was a cousin fucker.
Yeah. 1930. The Autobahn was already in existence in 1931, 2 years before he became chancellor. Hitler's rise to power and the development of the Autobahn did happen at almost the same time, but they occurred in the wrong order for Hitler to take any credit. Oh, this is a really good one. This is a good one. Just 300 soldiers held off the Persians at Thermopylae. Good job, Josh. For 3 days. This epic battle scene rose to modern fame through the Frank Miller production action flick 300. In that fanciful flick, six-packed Adonises wield spears, swords, and shields, fending off Persian ghost ninjas from a beloved city of Sparta, granting the obvious artistic license taken with the story. Even the conservative retellings are sometimes misspoken. Indeed, there are only 300 Spartan soldiers guarding the pass of Thermopylae, but they had support from neighboring allies numbering over 5,000 soldiers. It is true, however, that the Persian army was tens of thousands strong, perhaps even 100,000 in number, and so a 3-day stand with less than 6,000 soldiers is still impressive. So it was 6,000 to 100,000.
They left their land with 300. And then you see, even in the movie, they show them coming together with other tribes and other.
Yeah, that's the. So I don't know what happened because they were getting that fight ready while those 300 died right there. They were getting the fight ready to push back at them, and then in the movie,
those guys in the past were the reason why they were there to hold them off. They were there to die. Do whatever you have to do. You either come back on your shield or you don't come back at all.
Yep. Okay. Julius Caesar was born by cesarean section? That's weird. Caesar was born by natural birth in the customary way. The cesarean section surgical birthing procedure draws its name from Lex Caesarea, law of Caesar.
I believe it's July, August, and September were created by Julius Caesar. Julius Augustus Caesar. July, August, September.
That's pretty cool. Which stated that a child has to be cut from the womb if the mother died during childbirth.
Yeah, we all know what a C-section is.
Yeah. Apparently, the ancient world had a precedent for C-section births, though it's unknown.
They had to because a bunch of them big-headed fucking babies would have killed mom.
Yeah. Though it's unknown that the procedure had statistically significant survival rate for the mother.
That'd be brutal back then, though. That would be brutal.
We already seen this one
for the mom. Births back in the day, birthing. I mean, it's brutal right now. It's brutal as in hospitals, in modern day hospitals. I can only imagine what it was like back in the day. Men weren't even allowed in the hospital room at one point.
Oh, this is a good one. Most men in the colonial era wore wigs.
Yeah.
Wigs and powdered hair were in fashion at the time, but only 5% of the population wore them. Wigs were expensive and were mainly worn by lawyers, statesmen, and women of the gentry class. Wigs are ill-suited for blue-collar jobs, and most people couldn't afford a wig even if they wanted one. That's it. In the medieval era,
Judges and stuff like that.
this is a myth. In the medieval era, people used spices primarily to mask the flavor of rotting meat. In the days before refrigeration, there was a shorter shelf life for perishables, but spices, were not used to hide the flavor of rotting food. Spices were much too expensive for that use, which would ultimately not prevent diners from stomach ailments that accompany eating spoiled food. Instead, spices were used to embellish high quality foods. That's the Salem.
Make foods taste better. Imagine that.
Wow, dude, it's weird. Spices. I'm glad white people just now got that down, like in the last 2 years.
Right. No shit.
They still don't, though. The Salem witch trials burned people at the stake. That's a myth. That's a good one.
Myth. They hung them. They hung them all.
All right, let's see. This myth conflates different stories about witches. There were European witch trials in which convicted witches were burned at the stake, but no such burnings occurred in America during the colonial times or later. The Salem witch trials of 1692 predated that the standard judicial procedures we know today, including trial by jury of peers, presumed innocence, and Miranda rights. Most notably, the trials were never revealed how the defendants were even able to commit the occult acts or.
Dude, I saw stories where like a whole family of women was fucking accused by a 6-year-old, and the 6-year-old's testimony got the whole family killed.
What?
Yes.
Dude. In the end, some 20 people were executed for the witch trials, 19 by hanging and 1 by pressing.
Oh, squeezed to death.
In a large vice.
Damn.
No one was burned at stake. Pressing is fucking crucial, dude.
I'd rather be burned. I'd rather be burned at the stake, I think.
Oh, dude, what about this one? I didn't know this. Albert Einstein was bad at math. Oh, no, I heard this. Albert Einstein was bad at math. The irony of this myth is that legendary physicist Albert Einstein forged the revolutionary theory of relativity. While he was a poor student who failed to pursue subjects that didn't interest him, Einstein excelled in mathematics and its applications in physics, which seems kind of obvious to say it when you say it out loud. So
yeah, it does. Like, no shit, he was good at it.
Nero fitted when Rome burned.
Say this Nero myth, what? Nero whatted?
Nero fiddled. You like played the fiddle? I don't know. We'll read it. This myth is only true metaphorically speaking. Nero was a vicious tyrant who was notoriously indifferent to the suffering of his people. But he did not literally play the fiddle during the Great Fire in Rome, 64 AD. Because the fiddle originated in the 11th century, about 1,000 years after Nero, perhaps the myth traces to the Roman historian Tacitus, who wrote about unconfirmed reports that Nero sang while the city was in flames. In reality, Nero found out about the fire. He rushed to provide relief, but that didn't stop the citizens from accusing him of intentionally starting a fire. He was suspected because he later used the raised land for some of his own building projects. He never was able to escape from the rumors, since he had lost all trust from the people. Instead, Nero blamed the fire on a small but growing Jewish religious section, Christians. Magellan Magellan circumnavigated the globe.
What up, Wally Fish? Good to see you.
I said Magellan.
I know, that's why I laughed.
Famed Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan and a crew of 260 men set sail September 1519 with the goal of sailing around the world. Today, he is often credited as successfully doing so, but he only made it about halfway. He was killed in the Philippines during a skirmish on the island of Mactan. His second in command completed the voyage. His expedition succeeded, but Magellan.
They didn't even say the second in command's name. Like, fuck this guy. He's the
right.
one that really
I know,
did
but it was Magellan. Yeah,
Josh Moore over here fucking circumnavigated the globe in Magellan's name.
Dude, 260 men set sail. Right. His expedition succeeded, but Magellan himself did not, right? He planned and began the expedition, and only 18 of his crew out of 260 returned to Spain.
Damn.
That was
damn, that's fucked.
Terrible. Everyone was killed at the Alamo.
Remember the Alamo?
Yeah, I do remember that. You're a piece of shit. Perhaps the most. One more.
It better be a good one.
All right. Perhaps the most famous battle in U.S. history is the Fall of Alamo. Remember the Alamo? As the saying goes, the Declaration has inspired Americans ever since to display some level of sacrifice and bravery exhibited by those who fell at the Alamo.
It was like a 300 type situation.
Yeah,
not as large.
General Santa Anna and his Mexican army slew all of the Alamo's defenders in the morning of March 6, 1836, but not all of those inside the Alamo walls died. Around a dozen women and children survived. They were present during the 12-day siege, and they were spared as non-combatants.
They were present?
They were present. President.
Who gave them as presents? Was they presents for the Mexican king?
Listen here, Sonny. You're not gonna fucking disrespect me. Bye, guys. Have a good day.
Peace out, everybody. Love you all for stopping in on this learning session from T-Rup.
Next time, we'll see what we got in store for you.
Ranger School of T-Rup.
Welcome.
Peace out, y'all. Love y'all.
Sit the fuck down. Shut the